And we're about to have the Tour de France in Paris along with the Olympics. And I kind of wonder, well, how is that going to impact it? And they, for the first time in the Tour de France history, are not going to end the Tour de France after its 3 weeks in Paris because of the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Did they just line up exactly time-wise? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, they basically overlap, which is a real bummer, but I don't agree with it because I think the Tour de France has the history. Like, they need to make that work. They do the schedule Olympics, figure out, divert it. And I always loved the Tour de France because we were in Europe and they literally, you watch a TV show of the peloton going by, which is the group of riders, because the camera can absorb it in a time that you can basically contextually take it in. But in real life, in person, it goes by. I mean, we were like, where are we going to watch the Tour de France? Yeah. Oh, that was it? Like, that's it. It goes by so incredibly fast. So there is an excellent documentary series. There's 2 seasons of it on Netflix, Tour de France Unchained. Okay?
Unchained. Oh, okay.
So they follow the many teams. Because I always love the personality profiles on sports shows, especially during the Olympics.
Yeah,
and
you do.
Basically, they'll just zero in on a rider. And as a producer, your mind go, oh, they might have shot this after, realizing that this guy who did a breakaway, before this, he was just in the peloton. He wasn't the lead rider, because each team has a lead rider that is basically pushed up in the time, because it's all timing how you win the whole Tour de France. You can win stages. It's over 3 weeks long. It's like something like 2,000 miles. So like each day they're averaging about 100 miles.
Oh, geez.
Up insane mountains on cobble streets on this. I mean, it's just incredible. But on each team, they have different riders with different skill sets. But there is one lead captain that's who they're pushing to basically get on the podium, take one of the 3 spots. And they don't win every stage, and they don't need to. It's all about time trials. And it's like, what time did you finish in every day? So they're always pushing these guys to have great times. So there might be a guy that all of a sudden wins a stage that never was predicted to. No one thought he would. And so then as a documentary person, you're going to go back like, well, now I need to know who the hell he is.
Yeah,
and
we need to do the backstory on that dude.
And you wouldn't have done it before. So, one of the guys said, it's cruel. The Tour de France is cruel. And it really is, because, this season started off with like the lone, basically American team that's left, because, we used to be very present there with previous, I'm not going to say his name, but dominating cyclists. And it's taken us a long time to come back. And they bet all their cards on this one lead captain rider. And he basically falls the first day and knocks out his shoulder, and that's it. You're just like, oh my gosh. So a lot of heartbreak, a lot of triumph. And the reason why I like it is because there's just the triumph elements. There's cyclists, they're in the peloton, they're on that team. Then there's the guys in the cars. There's the guys back at the camp. When any of their guys win a stage, the level of emotions you see from full-grown men is so fantastic. You just don't normally see that. And the camaraderie and the team support and just the heartbreak of when someone doesn't meet their expectations, it's just fantastic. And there are guys that dominate, and it's pretty much predicted that there's usually 1 or 2 or 3 guys that are going to win it all. I don't want to spoil it for you, but the last 2 years have been dominated by one dude. And they even address, like, is this suspicious? But then I start to question just the evolution of who we are as humans, of the idea of like breaking the how fast to run a mile, how fast Katie Ledecky is her name, the swimmer, like what we're accomplishing as humans. We want to cast doubt when someone basically smashes our expectations. And you hope that that's not the truth. You hope it's more like, wow, he's just that genetic mix that somehow or another he's able to pull it off. And now even the next generation, because every generation is usually a step up from the previous in almost every sport. Yeah. So you have a Usain Bolt. You just have people. You have a Michael Phelps. You just have someone you go like, this doesn't seem humanly possible. Then 2 years later, there's 4 Michael Phelps equivalents. So I'm hoping that the guy that seems very genuine, that has been won the last 2 years, is capable of all this. So it's coming up. You can watch the series to prep yourself. Europe goes absolutely crazy over this. It's so phenomenal to watch. So it's Tour de France Unchained on Netflix.
Tour de France Unchained.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. On Tour de France, but on a totally different note, the only reference I have for Tour de France, other than we were there when it happened one year, was the Andy Samberg comic fake documentary, Tour de Pharmacy. Oh my God, that is the funniest movie. It's a short fake documentary. I think it's maybe an hour. I don't even know if it's a full length.
It's pretty brilliant.
It's really brilliant. So yeah, if you want to watch serious Tour de France stuff, great. And then if you want to watch jokey Tour de France stuff, then you've got Tour de Pharmacy.
And if you are not interested in the French part, but you do like the bicycle part, I recommend American Flyers from 1985
It is
with Kevin Costner,
it's so good.
David Marshall Grant, and Ray Don Chong. I think it needs a sequel. 40 years later, what are they still doing?
Yeah.
I think you should just watch Breaking Away.
Oh my God, Breaking Away. Are you kidding me? Breaking Away is just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Okay, so we've got Breaking Away. We've got the Kevin Costner
American Flyers.
Now we've got Andy Samberg's Tour de Pharmacy. And then you can take in the real documentary, My Tour de France Unchained.
It sounds like a really
God.
fun whole week.
That is your
And,
assignment
yeah,
before the actual Tour de France starts in like late June. And you're all prepped because they do air it here in the United States at horrible times, though. It's like a 4
Well,
a.m.
because
in the
it's probably
morning.
like live, so it's off by
Yes,
12 hours or 10 hours
yeah.
or something.
But
Yeah.
now I like know all their names, and I'm like, oh, Oot did not win the speed trial. Oh my God. Tebow did not get up the mountain. Like I know all of them now.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, it may start before you listen to this episode.
Okay.
so-
Oh, okay. Well, so you ought to be on it already.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.